Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel for a Monday evening late night Juve talk. We'll speak about Juve, of course, you saw it also on the thumbnail. Rugani, Gatti, Bremer, Szczesny. We'll speak about defensive phase because that's actually what we did yesterday. The last game of Serie A just ended with Torino winning 2-1 over Sassuolo. Sassuolo crazy this year, but it's not only this year, also last year. Ups and downs, crazy ups. Unfortunately, they had to win a game. It was against Juve. Then luckily, they took revenge because they also won against Inter. But anyway, really strange Sassuolo. I watched, of course, Juventus B. I'm not speaking about the next gen. I'm not speaking about the team of Montero, that is the under 19. But I'm speaking, of course, about Frosinone with Sule, that didn't score today, but it did quite well. The surprise effect is gone because the people are really man-marking Sule. Totally crazy. In today's life, what will you do? We will speak about Juve, of course, and because it's Monday, I will try to do what I did last week. That means that at a certain moment of the life, I will ask if one of you, and maybe then a second one, three is maybe a bit too much, but one or maybe a second one later want to enter the live as well, sharing it with me. You know it, we have here the pages of internet, but I also prepared here, not this one, but here, the square for a guest to enter. Hopefully this time it will be a bit faster also with the microphone problems that we had the last time, because I was able to hear it, they were not able, or reverse, whatever. So we'll try to do this like last time. So members that want to pop in later, please let me know later in the chat so that I can share with you on Telegram or on Instagram, wherever you want to, in DM the code so that you can enter the link, so that you can enter, and maybe you can already prepare yourself, maybe doing your hair, or I don't know, dress up, I don't know, whatever you want to do. But that's what we will try to do today. So one or two guests, let's see. So for the people that are watching in replay, let's see. Random, of course, is only for members of the channel, because these are the people that I'm really trusting a lot. Anyway, ciao to Juve Pulse, ciao to Bogdan, ciao to GTA, ciao to Tyler Z, Thomas Maklov that is saying ciao tutti. I hope to see you all in first place. We'll have to wait. Now we are second, but hopefully we will be in first place really soon. Ciao to Dragunj, ciao to Mikey Mazzarese. I also want to say that I want to dedicate this live to a person in particular. We know it. Mufid is a loyal of the channel. He's saying, Beppe, ciao. Please wish a speedy recovery to my dear cousin Madi Malaj, or Madi Malaj, also a member of this channel, who underwent a surgery today, which was successful, luckily. Dedicate yesterday's victory to him. Thanks. So I want to dedicate the victory of yesterday to Madi, of course, but also the live of today. So today's live, we send it to Madi that went under surgery, and luckily it was successful. So speedy recovery, buddy. Hopefully you will be doing well really fast. Do you see that when I'm speaking English and I have to speak about other things that are not Juve related, I always have some difficulties to place like 2 or 3 words one after the other. Buonasera to Il Mari. Buonasera to Thomas that is saying it's the RBG wall. Rugani, Bremer and Gatti, even if usually we start on the right side to the left. So it should be this time, like we were doing for BBC, Barzagli, Bonucci, Chiellini, it should be a GBR wall, even if it's not the same. It sounds better with RBG. Anyway, LGJ say, okay, I'm on time. Yes, you are on time. You are not late. Buonasera to Dan Avola. They're saying November 6, 2023, Juventus will win the Scudetto. Save this comment. Well, we will not win it on the 6th of November, but that Juventus will win the Scudetto. Of course, Juventus will win the Scudetto. Is it this year? I don't know, Dan. No, because you have to be precise, because you said, November 6th is the day that I'm announcing that Juventus will win the Scudetto. But when? You have to be precise. If you want that we are taking the comments back one day, you have to tell us. I know that RGB is red, green, and blue. I know that it's red, green, and blue. I know that. But, ragazzi, it's not like that. You can't just change whatever you want. This year, so this season for Dan Avola, that is joining the group of Juve Pulse together with Stavros as well. They all decided that Juventus will win the Scudetto this year. Wait, tranquilli. Ciao, David Marazzo. Tomorrow I have a nice guest. You know it, huh? You know that in life, everything can happen. So tomorrow, maybe on the Juventus Twitch channel, we have 2 guests, maybe we have 3 guests, maybe we have 0 guests. But the one that is planned is quite nice, and I'm super happy. Before, the time that people are entering, that we go over the 100 viewers, at least. Otherwise, I will stop with the Monday live. It makes no sense. But can you try to guess? I will, of course, not tell you. Who it is. But can you try to guess who is the guest of tomorrow, live on Juventus Twitch channel? That, of course, after the live, I will do a recap in English here. Haza for Hanin. Hey, he's going with under 23. At the moment, one is planned. So it's not a trio. Non-J, Yildiz, Huisen. Good guess, huh? Done. It's a really good guess. But it's one. So you have to choose. Miretti, of course. Serraz is saying Miretti. Bremer for Stavros. Miretti for GTA Bianconero. Let's see if people are able to guess or not. Montero, a coach. No, I will already tell you something. It's a player. Haza, Luis Haza for David Marazzo. Locatelli or Kostic. Locatelli that already was with us last season, yeah. Miretti, okay, I go for Huisen then, for Dan Miretti. No, Ziliani will not come on the channel, Rakan. Danilo could be a possibility. Allegri. No, I told you, a player, Mufid, not a coach. Allegri would be my dream. That one day I'm able to do Allegri would be my dream. Okay. Pinsoglio was already with us at the end of last season. Dusan Vlahovic. The question before, it was a bit of warm-up. I repeat, today we'll try to ask some members of the channel if they want to join the channel. We'll speak about Juventus. I want to hear also their opinion about the game of yesterday. But the question was that tomorrow on the Twitch channel of Juventus, I will have a guest. I said it's a player, not a coach. At the moment, it's one. Then what happens tomorrow, it's something else. But I was asking people for the warm-up if they were able to guess who it was. And at the moment, the most of the people said Miretti. LJJ is going for Cambiaso. Chris Kane. Ciao, Chris! Grande Chris! If it's Rugani, you need to ask him the question about the Scudetto 2011. What do you want to know about the Scudetto 2011, Sir Raz? Because he was not playing with Juve in 2011. Rogani in 2011, 2010, 12, it was his first season, and he was playing with the Primavera of Empoli, 11-12. So, what should I ask about 2011? Now I'm curious about that question. Now I'm really curious about that question. What do you write me? I have no idea. Asking about the Scudetto 2011. He was not playing with Juve in 2011-12. Not even with Empoli first team yet at that time. Because if you're looking at his career, I tell you, Primavera in 11-12 with Empoli. Then he came 1 year in the youth academy of Juventus in 12-13. And then he went back on loan for 2 seasons to Empoli. First in Serie B and then in Serie A before joining Juve. 26/9/2023, 108 minutes. Rogani, ask him Scudetto 2011. Huh? 26th of September, minute 108. Ask him Scudetto 2011. I have no idea, guys, what we are speaking about. Can someone do a research about that one and tell me? I need to ask him about Scudetto 2011. And now I'm totally confused. You did talk about it on your channel. Yeah, but you know that I'm going with a video, 1 video per day at least, if I'm not doing 2, and I'm doing a live. Even if the lately it was a bit less, but he made the same play as Barzagli. Yeah, but that's not what they are referring to. Because apparently we are speaking about something that I said on the channel on the 26th of September at the minute 108. No, no, no. It's not that it's Rugani or not Rugani. It's just that I'm really curious about that. But I will go back. I will watch later. No, maybe it's Miretti, maybe it's someone else. We don't know. We don't know. Anyway, now that we have 91 viewers, I was wishing that we had 100 at the moment. We want to start speaking about football. We can. First, let me say thank you to Kanan. He's not even entering and saying hello, ciao, hello. No, he's entering. Zitto, zitto, that means silent, silent, is entering and is offering a membership to someone random on the channel. The one that has been chosen by YouTube is Zerdest Sale. Please, Zerdest, can you say thank you? Yeah, you already did. Thank you, Karan, for offering a membership to someone from the channels. Really, really, really appreciate it. I'm curious about what I said about Urgania. Mamma mia, I'm really, really curious. No, because in 2011 it was not there. So why? Why? Boo, boo. Anyway, okay, what do we start speaking about, ragazzi? Maybe I can already ask before starting. Is there someone from the members that is ready and that wants to enter, giving and sharing his opinion? It has to be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then you leave. It's not the entirety of the live, so don't worry. Is there already someone, or we wait a bit more? Because if there is someone that wants to enter, I sent the link. Just let me know. Let me know. I see Zivko is saying, what is happening? So if there is someone, please let me know now. Otherwise, we start speaking about football, because we are at 96 viewers, so we are reaching the 100, and then we know. When will Danilo come back? First question of Sam. When Danilo will come back. What about Rugani? You have 3 choices. Salcat is ready. Mamma mia, Salcat, send me a message. I think that you follow me on Instagram. Send me a message on Instagram, Salcat, so that I can send you the link there. Instagram. Let me go to the private messages. Oh, mamma mia. I have a message of Sule in my mailbox. I will not show it, of course. I will not show it. I will not show it because, of course, it's confidential. But I've written him a message. I've written him a message today after the game. I said, congratulations for the performance. Against what team they played, I don't remember already. I watched the game. That's the worst thing. Empoli. And I said, I will tell you what I said to him. I said, bella vittoria oggi, Matti. Adesso testa all'Inter. Vamos. Beautiful win today, Matti. Now heads to Inter. Vamos. I can't. It's oh my man. If you knew what I know, guys, it would be epic. One day, I made a screenshot. I saved it in my archives. One day I will show you. No, because then, ragazzi, if I show this, it will be a big scandal on the internet. Or it's not beautiful. Because it's direct message, so it's something that you have to keep confidential. Otherwise, they will never write me again. It's beautiful. No, I will not tell you what he said. It's not correct. But I can tell you that you can be extremely proud about our Mattias Sule. Cuore bianconero. Okay, I've sent the link to our friend Salvatore. Let's see if he can enter. And if it will work this time, because last time it was a disaster with the microphone and so on. I remember I have put my my earphones that day. No, I will not tell you. Just that I tell you the truth, I was surprised when I read it, because you usually players and so on, they are always quite no, they pay attention, of course, they are cautious. So it's beautiful. The sound has to come out your headphones. Yeah, we will try again. I'm just waiting that Salcat is popping in, and then we will see what is happening. Lil G knows, because he was there with me. I want to speak about football, of course. So let's wait that he joins, our friend Salcat. What a tease! No, it's not a tease, because a tease means I tease you and then I will tell you. Now I already told you that I will not tell you. Like I will not tell you who will be the guest of tomorrow. I hope he can score. I hope they can win. Forza Frosinone, Team B of Juventus. LGJ, he doesn't know, but he loves it already. Nah, you can. Inter will draw against Frosinone, and we will beat Cagliari. Then we will draw Inter tied in first spot for a few weeks. Then we will see. Oh, about the game of Cagliari this morning, I said that I'm scared about that game. More than the game against Fiorentina, more than the games against Milan, more than any game, I'm really scared about the game against Cagliari. It's at home. You remember the game against Sassuolo when we lost? The day before, Max Allegri in press conference, he said, I feel a bit too much enthusiasm at the moment. I feel too much enthusiasm. And because we were doing well, it was like match day 4. We drew against Bologna, but for the rest, we won like 3 on the 4 games. It felt a bit too much of enthusiasm, and then it was a problem because the day after, big loss against Sassuolo, 4-2 disaster. So normally, this time we should avoid it, also because I hope we learned our lesson. But on the other side, if Inter lose, if we go up, that's beautiful. But we have to play that game. We have to win. Pay attention to Cagliari, because at the moment Cagliari is thinking that everything in the world is working for them. They have beaten Frosinone 4-3. Unfortunately, it won't let me connect. But guys, it's Salcat. You are probably also watching here. Huh? It should be super easy. Look, I will go on Instagram. So if you have here your link, you should just click on it from Instagram, and it asks you, do you allow join StreamYards to use your camera and microphone? You have to say yes, of course, allowing it. And then when you allow, it's going automatically. Look, this is actually working. And then you have below, when you scroll a bit below, you have to put your name, and then you do join here below, and it's working. It should work. It should really work. It's quite easy. And then you join and you're here. You look, I can do it as well. Split cam. I will put like my name is G Don. I join. I failed to connect. Hey, it's not working. Try again. Hello. G. Join. It's not working. Wait, let me try again. I will generate a link, a new one. Copy. I send you a new link. And but this thing needs to work better. Otherwise, we will stop with that program. We'll do something else. Okay, I've sent you a new link. Can you try Salcat? Maybe that one is working. Otherwise, ragazzi, disaster. Otherwise, disaster. And if not, copy the link and go on Chrome. Yeah, Mikey, that's a bit the problem I have. That's a bit the big problem I have. I'm scared it can be a bit a trap game. You know, that game that you are already convinced and confident that you will win. No matter what, you will win and it's okay. And it will happen. It's like, a game that you say it's a win. It's a win. Whatever happens. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. They are in a good moment. They won in Coppa Italia. They won now the last game in Serie A. Also there, 2-1. It was a 1-1. They won at the 65th minute, I believe. So it's a moment for them where they believe in what they are doing. They continue to believe in Ranieri, that was not sacked. You remember that a lot of people are always asking the head of a coach when the results are not coming. They needed that kind of belief, that boost, and now they are doing it, and now they are going full power. So for Salcat, apparently it's not working for a reason or another. Wait, I will try myself if Salcat is not working, maybe with that link to see if it works or not. Allow to join StreamYard. I will try again. Join. Fail to connect. Something went wrong. Why? It's Salcat. It's use the latest app. Use the latest version of the Instagram to see. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. Wait. I will copy the message. I will try it myself. I will copy the message. I will go on Chrome. So I copy the link, I go on Chrome. Yeah, this is working. Okay. Okay, I found it. I found how you have to do it. Salcat, if you are hearing me, what you have to do is copy the link. So you can do it if you're on your mobile phone, you just copy the link without clicking on it, just copy. Then you open Chrome on your mobile phone and you paste the link and it's working. So it's actually because of Instagram. Saraz, he copied me the link to the Rugani interview 12-13, about Scudetto 12-13. Is it if he considered that Scudetto his Scudetto? Yeah, but then we are speaking about Scudetto 12-13, not about Scudetto 11, because in 11 he was not there. But 12-13, why was I speaking about that? Because I remember that we were checking and I had actually, I had the question, do they consider their Scudetto if they didn't play but they were on the bench? That was the question. I remember that one. So Salcat, hopefully it's working. Otherwise, we ask to someone else. But that's the problem. Maybe we should plan in advance. You know, like the day before. If some people they can tell me already if they want to join or not, because otherwise it's already 25 minutes. We didn't speak about anything at all. But anyway, we have good time. It's Monday night. That's the confidence is how we stop losing. We thought we will win regardless, and the team lost the ability to win. It's true. It's also true. That's referring also to our 9 Scudetti in a row, to the Cups, that everything was granted, and that the win, whatever, would have happened. And that's where you start losing focus, concentration, and that's really bad. And I can guarantee you that winning it back, it takes really long. And we see it now. We really see it long. So I'm just waiting for Salcat one more second. If it's not working, no, I would not accept drawing against Cagliari, but winning against Inter. Why? Because that means if Inter wins against Fiorentina, they are at and we draw, they go at +4. And then we win against Inter, we are at -1. I don't like these kind of things, drawing, Cagliari, winning. For me, winning against Inter is super important, but it will never be as important as being first in the ranking. So I tell you, I prefer losing to Inter and then at the end of the year winning the Scudetto. I don't care about Inter. No, honestly. I want to win against Cagliari. I want to win against Inter. Of course, if you tell me that we have to go with 1 draw and 1 win, and I have to choose which one should I prefer, On that side, well, I prefer to win against Cagliari and then drawing against Inter. Mentally, it's totally different. Also in terms of the points that you are taking or not, because they win, they draw, we win, we draw, we are at -2. On the other side, if we do it in a different way, it can change. Salcat, can you please tell me what you are doing, if you are doing something or not? No, because otherwise I'm totally not concentrated. I tried it in 2 minutes and it worked. So please tell me, Salcat, or tell me, I give up, or I went to the park with the dogs, I give up, or I went to a private party. Just let me know, At least I know if we have to wait or not. Because otherwise I'm absolutely not concentrated on the live. Yeah, it's true. It's true. That was the point. That was the point. So Salcat. Hello, hello. Hello, Salcat. Please let us know. 1, 2, 3. No. No. Let's count to 10. If there is no answer, no luck for Salcat. Okay. Is there someone else that wants to try to enter? But of course, ragazzi, you need to have at least Chrome installed on your phone. Otherwise, it's not working. Yeah? And you know it, I told you. You copy the link, you go on Chrome, and then it's working super fast. It's working super fast. Because it's working. Yeah? Just tell me, is there someone that wants to try? Chef wants to go. Okay, send me a message on Instagram. Chef, if you have Instagram, please have also Instagram. So that you can send me a message. Let me know when you have sent me a message. Yeah, okay, but like chef. I don't want to put too much pressure, but we have 122 people that are waiting for someone to enter. It's Monday, ragazzi. On Monday we do like that. We let people from the community enter. Here we have chef. Okay. But now Salcat is working. Wait, chef, wait a bit, because now finally Salcat is working. So first, Salcat. Ciao, Salcat. How are you doing, buddy?
Ciao, Beppe. Come stai?
I'm doing well. I hear you fantastically well. Do you hear me?
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Fantastic.
I didn't know about the Chrome thing. I kept trying to do it through Instagram. So, but once you said that,
the magic trick.
Mi dispiace.
Wait, let me check if people in the chat are hearing you. People from the... Do you hear Chef really well? Yes or no? Yes. Chef. Salcat. Mamma mia. Perfect. Mamma mia. Okay, we waited... What is happening? There is a kind of... Do it again. You see, mamma mia, update iOS 17. You see, yeah, fantastic. Can you please give a kiss like this or? No, it's not working. I think something else was working. I don't know. Fireworks, fantastic. iPhone is fantastic. Anyway, Salcat, Salvatore, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Greetings, everybody from Southern California.
Southern California. What is the weather there?
In Celsius, I'd say probably mid-20s.
Good.
Yes.
I see that you closed the curtains for the lights. Mamma mia, professional. It's just Chrome that was not working.
I think this chair is very similar to yours as well.
Yeah. Oh, why don't you open a channel of Juve? You have everything already. You have the camera. You have the...
I can't compete with the best.
No, you can. There are fantastic channels that are doing fantastic job as well. AGC, Bianconeri Zone, Turin Giants, our buddies from Turin Giants. So there is a lot. More we talk about Juve, more I'm happy. Okay, ragazzi, I just want to send a message to Chef, telling him, because I'm sure he's watching, Chef, stay there. I will not ask. You are the second one to enter. So Chef, after Salvatore, Salcat, you enter. Salcat, people are telling you that you have a beautiful jacket. If I'm not wrong, that's season 17-18 out of memory.
Correct.
I'm right?
Correct.
It's a disaster. When you start knowing the training kits, not the shirt, but the training kits, then it doesn't feel good. Salvatore, can you tell us, victory of yesterday, what's your point of view? Because you know it, a lot of people were or happy or complaining, and some people were doing both. They were happy and complaining. Your point of view?
A little bit of both. For me, it was Cortomuso on steroids. But, taking into account, it was an away game. Probably the pitch wasn't as good a condition as usual. Fiorentina play a very attacking, pressing style. And then I think once the goal happened, that was it. If you can get away with 3 points, and if I'm not mistaken, we haven't won in Fiorentina in Florence in quite a while. So
5 years.
I felt that even though maybe they couldn't keep possession as much as they could, they didn't especially feel bothered defending as deep as they did, and they wrote it out. So for me, I think I doubt I'm alone in feeling this about 2023, 2024 Juventus, but you can hate the style of play, but you can love the results. So.
Oh, that's a beautiful one. You can hate the style of play, but you can like the result. We played like that against Atalanta. We did 0-0. We played like that yesterday, but we also played like that in the first half against Milan. Maybe not as extreme as yesterday, because yesterday was quite extreme, but we did. In the second half, we will never know. But actually, with Milan in 10 men, we saw a better Juventus trying to offer also something. Is it something that you are now scared that you will see against every single top team in the league, or is just random because it was Fiorentina?
I think Fiorentina probably keeps possession better than any team in Serie A. So if we're going to do it against any team, it's least surprising if they do that. If I see the same thing against Cagliari, I won't be happy, obviously, especially if we're going to have Vlahovic and Chiesa from the start. Even though we won't have Rabiot, and the midfield is a little bit of a question mark, at least until the winter. I'd expect not 30% possession, put it that way. Hopefully closer.
What would make you super happy at the end of the season?
Well, I mean, earlier in the year, I was even worried we were going to get top 4. Maybe I underestimated Serie A, so I think top 4 is a minimum. It would be nice to be in the discussion for the Scudetto, at least until the end. But I'd say, second place, I wouldn't complain too much. But if we're scrapping for 4th, I think obviously there might be some concern. But again, there's still too many unknowns now. We'll see how we look after the winter mercato. We'll see what Giuntoli's got cooking. Hopefully we can get at least one reinforcement in midfield that can make an impact. So, as of right now, if you were to tell me we were in second place, 2 points ahead, 2 points behind Inter, I would have said I don't care how we did it, as long as we were there.
Who would be your ideal signing?
Well,
Realistic, of course.
Realistic. I don't know if Thuram is considered realistic, but I would really like Thuram. If not, then Samardzic would probably be my second. So Højbjerg, I mean, I think he might be too expensive, and I'd rather have the other two before him. But if we can come up with some sort of loan deal, something that makes sense, that's fine. I would really idealistically like something that would get us to play a 4-3-3, but I just don't see it happening. So 3-5-2 it is.
Why would it not happen? Because of Max Allegri, because he's stubborn, or is it because of the lack of players in that system?
I think it's personnel. I don't want to be unfair to Max and say that he loves 3-5-2. Aside from everything else, I mean, I remember when he came up with the Christmas tree formation on a napkin one day, he said. So I don't think he minds tinkering. I just think he doesn't trust the personnel that he does have to do the formation that he probably wants. So.
I have a great question from Juve Pulse in the chat that is asking, Salcat, be honest. Did you have the training kit on you tonight, or just after that you knew that you will enter in the line?
Yes, just after, but it's very close. I wear it quite a bit. I wasn't wearing it when I initially thought I was going to be on there, but I grabbed it. I have a ton of Juve gear, so but this one's one of my favorites.
You are also considered a collector of shirts or not?
I'd say I've been collecting shirts probably for last 6 years. I normally don't get all of them. I have, I usually get the ones that I like the most. Mostly it winds up being the third kit.
Yeah.
For some reason, although I do have a couple of first kits as well. And I also used to do the same thing with the Nazionale until just recently. I just don't have the affection for it right now than I used to, which is very upsetting because that was my first love even before Juve.
Of course.
I think I've told you, I think you and I are pretty close to the same age. I'm 43.
Oh,
So
I'm 42. Mamma mia, you look super young.
Oh, that's kind of shaped.
I would never have guessed that you were 43. I was thinking, I don't know, 35 or maybe something like that.
So for me, my first footballing memories was Italia 90. The first player I fell in love with was Toto Schillaci. Obviously, we share the same first name, and he was Sicilian. I'm Sicilian. So, and then ever since then, I'd say I got more into Juve probably early 2000s. Mostly, my father's a Juventus fan. He's a Juventino. That's how it all started. But it wasn't that easy to get Serie A games. So, World Cup was played everywhere. Same thing with Euro Cup. So, but yeah, I say early 2000s was when I really started to love Juventus as well. So.
I have a comment in the chat. It's quite nice because people, it on the channel. You have to take the risk of going on cam, but then people are saying, Amir, 8 months on the channel, is saying ciao Beppe and ciao Seth Rogen. The famous actor. Is it the first time that people are calling you Seth or not?
Seth Rogen's probably that might be one of the first times. But which Seth Rogen? What movie are we talking about?
Yeah, it depends, of course, the movie we are talking about. But that when I read it in the chat, because people looks like they are agreeing. Chris is saying the same. Seth Rogen. I think that people are agreeing with. I don't know what movie. Let's that put aside. But it's true that when I see it,
but I'll take it.
By the way, we have a message from Mahdi that is saying thank you to a lot of dear Juventini, especially Mufid and Beppe. This feels like a family to me with great persons, fino alla fine. So Mahdi that went to a surgery that was successful. We dedicated the life to him. So Mahdi, I'm super happy that you were able. Fantastic. Which is the last player that you put on a shirt of Juve or Italy or whatever?
I usually don't get names.
No names.
I think the last one that I had with a name might have been, I think it was Vidal.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I actually ran into Vidal once.
Yeah?
I was in Miami. I was in South Beach. I think it was 20. It was right after he left Juventus. And I think he might have been at Bayern Monaco.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I saw him. He was staying in the same hotel as me. He was laying out with his family. I don't think many people there really recognized him, but I did. I just remember saying, Arturo. He looked, and I was like, Juve. He just looked at me. He winked, and he pointed at me. And then I left because I didn't want to bother him when he was with his family. But if it's Vidal, it's him. So I definitely didn't have him mistaken with anybody.
No, it's impossible to mistake him. That's for sure. If you are doubting, you can ask him. Show me the tattoo.
Yeah.
So, who was, according to you, the best player yesterday?
Well, first half Tech, because if it wasn't for Tech and we would have went, if it was tied, I think the game would have gone completely different. He made some amazing saves in the first half. So if I had to say one him, but I'd say totality of the game because he didn't have much to do in the second half. Bremer, he's a beast.
Yeah.
He got the only thing, he can't play out, but from defending, he's amazing. So.
What about Daniele Rugani? Because a lot of people were super surprised. Because it's true, a lot of people criticized him. They didn't want to see him anymore in the team. And then he's going with clean sheet after clean sheet. But not only the clean sheet, also the performances. Your opinion about Daniele?
So here's what I say about Rugani. The few chances that he's gotten the last 2 years, he's done well. My issue with getting too carried away with Rugani and having him more as a regular starter is the minute he makes one mistake, forget it. Forget it. There's gonna be a bordello.
You think that now, because I was sure about what you were saying as well, that from the moment the first mistake he will do and he will go back. On the other side, maybe I'm wrong, and that's why I wanted to ask you. I think that now people, it's not a coincidence anymore. It's like now really, in the last 2 seasons, the only goal that he conceded was against Napoli, in that 1-0 that honestly we should have deserved to win 1-0 instead of them, but okay, let's put it there. But in the game that he played, clean sheets and wins. So it's a bit the talismano alla Padoin, the new talismano. And you think that the first mistake, he will be crucified again?
Well, I think it's the first. It'll probably be the type of mistake and who he makes it against. If he makes it against an Inter or a Napoli, if it's something like a la what he did with Villarreal a few years ago, where he gives them a terrible penalty or something like that, And I like Rugani, so I don't want to see that happen to him. I'd be more happy to see him more often. Maybe rotate him with a Gatti. I don't want to rotate him with Bremer. I think Bremer should always be there. But when Danilo comes back, I don't want to. I think Danilo distributes the ball better from the back, which is sorely missed in the back line. So I do want him there. So I can see a rotation of Rugani and Gatti, I would say.
Okay.
And I'd be okay with seeing him more often as opposed to being, a concrete first team starter.
Where do you put Danilo then? Because you tell me Bremer and Danilo starts. Danilo on the left or on the right? Because that's another debate.
I think he's more natural on the right. He can probably do it better than him on the left than Sandro. If Sandro ever comes back and wants to play, if I had to choose between the two, I'd rather have Danilo. But I say probably Danilo more on the right.
And then, if you play then Gatti on the right. If you play Rugani on the left. Okay.
I just think there are more options. I think Danilo can rotate between the left and the right better than the other two, which is why, again, he plays the ball better out of the back, which we need. So I'd still put Danilo there, and you can't not have Bremer. So as a consequence, Gatti and Rugani would probably be my platoon.
I will read a bit of comments from the people in the chat. So Thomas is saying Rugani matured a lot. He reminds me a lot of Le Grottaglie, who had better days in his later career. So he's speaking about the later stage of the career of a player. Juve is saying it depends on the mistake that he's doing. Of course, if you're doing a Villarreal mistake because he caused the penalty, that's a disaster. Davide is saying that Rugani is another example of a center back taking time to mature. 28, 32 years old for a center back. Peaks year, he's a true professional, a bit alla Barzagli, to be honest, because Barzagli was doing great, won a World Cup, but not really as a protagonist. But it's true that Barzagli, his peak was towards the 30th years old when he came back in Italy to Juve. Chunky, when you do not play much, people don't really see your full potential. I think he was not a bad player. Same with Keane. The more he plays, the more we see his potential. Last one of Zirdak, that is saying that being a defender is such a mental game. I think Rugani has mentally matured a lot and can now put such amazing performances. What about Moise? What about the strikers? Let's put them in a bag, and we have 5 strikers. We have Kenanyeldis, Chiesa, Milik, Vlahovic, and Moise Kean. Give me your opinion about that, and then we will see if our friend Chef is still alive, because then I want to let him in.
Sorry, Chef. I would say Milik is probably the best option you can have as somebody coming in as a sub later in the game when you have to manage a difficult situation. So I keep him where he's at. Chiesa, if we're going to do 2, I'd like to have him there on the left for some dynamism. My big issue is with Dusan and Kane, what to do there. If it's going to be Chiesa, I think he links up better with Vlahovic than he will with Kane. I think they have a better understanding of each other going back to their Fiorentina days. But you have to say, Kane does the things you wish Dusan would do. And with the formation that we have and the way Allegri is playing, I say right now, Kane's, he's doing more to convince getting more playing time than Dusan. Unfortunately, Dusan hasn't been able to stay healthy the last 2 years, so that's the most important thing out of everything, right? I mean, that's why Rabiot is as loved as he is. He's always there, So if Dusan especially can't get any continuity from the health side, then I have no problem seeing Kane. But ideally, I want Dusan, right? If I was to say which striker do I think has the overall most potential, especially the score, which is Kane's had an issue with. You want to do something. We haven't seen it yet. So.
Controversial question. I believe I asked it also last week to the guys that were here. We spoke all summer long about Lukaku coming to Juve plus money. Don't forget that, plus money. For Dusan going to Chelsea. If you see the start of the season, Lukaku is doing extremely well. Yesterday he missed a penalty, but then he's scoring that winning goal. He was crying because probably also the treatment he received from Inter fans when he came back with all those whistles. That it's not easy. Are you regretting it now? Take everything into consideration, or you say, look, no, I still believe so much in potential of Dusan that future-wise we are good.
Well, I have Lukaku in my Fantacalcio, so there's that. I'm in your Fantacalcio league, but I would say, look, hindsight's 2020. That's a saying that we have. I mean, you can't deny Lukaku's ability. I mean, he's showing in Roma with a defensive style. I think his style of play for how Max wants to construct a team and how he wants to play would have equated into more. Did I want Lukaku, especially when I first heard it? No, I was as upset as everybody else. God forbid. No, he's a mercenary. He doesn't care, blah, blah, blah. He said a lot of bad things about Juve, but results in the end, right? I said, love the results. You can hate the play. I think that Gentili, they were right for wanting to do it.
Okay.
That they didn't. Right now, kind of a little, but again, that's knowing now what's going on, right? They can do something would have had a better season and less injuries, but sometimes that's I think a good lesson to be like, hey, maybe the guys in charge kind of know what they're doing, right? So
that's
cut them some slack.
No, but it's true. It's true because a lot of time we don't know, of course, the future. Maybe Lukaku would have joined Juve and he would have been injured after 1 week. Maybe he would have played and would have played totally in a disaster way. Maybe he would have relationship problems with the Mac. We never know, So I'm happy that Dusan stays, but of course he needs to step up. And I saw a beautiful message according to that. Who was it? Mikey Mazzarese that was writing, they need to step up. Our defense is playing so solid and balling. The offensive out game after... and balling the offense out game after game lately. It's true. It's also, I totally agree with that.
More of a midfield problem than an offense problem, right? What's the link between the defense and the offense? It's the midfield, right? We have what we have. Unfortunately, that's why I think there no Pogba, right? Who we were hoping was going to provide that. With Fagioli, it's just not deep right now. Sometimes like yesterday, Locatelli's, I barely remember him crossing the halfway mark, so true. It just kind of is what it is. So I'm with the style that we're playing, I'm a little more forgiving on the offensive players. Like you saw Chiesa, his heat map was off the charts, but he probably barely touched the ball. So I think it's more of a midfield problem. I think they need to figure that out. Hopefully they do it in the Mercato.
Yeah. Midfield, but I believe more than the midfield in the men themselves, because yesterday actually they did fantastically well. If we are speaking about the defensive phase, I think it's more a behavior of where do you be on the pitch. And if we are looking at Verona game, even if we were not able to score because we had to wait until the 96th, partially, because but you saw that the team was playing much higher than the one versus Fiorentina. Anyway, I will try to have Jeff on. Oh, it was fantastic to have you on, Salcat. We struggled a bit with the Google thing, but at least now for the future. Yeah. Copy the link. You go on Google. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Is there a message that you want to say? I don't know, maybe about the channel, something that I have to do better, or something you want to say about the people in the chat?
Absolutely. I've been a subscriber for almost I've been a member for almost a year. I've been a subscriber for almost two.
So
I follow all the Juve channels, and this one by far is my most favorite. I think you're doing great. Please don't go anywhere.
no.
and and the chat's great too. I've had interactions with the chat. Every time I try to give some memberships, always happy. With the people who get it. Everybody's great. And there's no other channel I'd rather be a member of. Thank you very much, Pepe.
Ciao Salvatore. Ciao ciao. A fantastic guest. Oh, I'm happy. We struggled a bit, It's Monday. On Monday we start and then we see how it happens. Again, we struggled a bit to have him on, but from the moment they are on, this makes me super happy. This makes me really, really, really super happy. I want to call it, the Rusitano moment. I want to call it the Rusitano moment. Something I would love to do more and more and more. So I'm not sure if Chef is still there. I will send him the link on Instagram. Chef, if you are watching, yeah, he just watched the channel. You know how to do? You click on the you copy the link on Instagram, you open Chrome, and you goes in. You have to allow everything, and then you should be entering super, super easy. But I love these moments sincerely because it brings me better and closer to the fans. I love to hear also what you are thinking, especially, it's also a beautiful gift for the members that are giving so much. And spending, like one evening per week with the fans, it's just fantastic. The Juventini of the world. That's what the channel is about. Super happy about that. Then, of course, in the beginning, guys, forgive the technical problems, but I see that people are happy. Andoni Schifano, nice one. Zivko, grande. Salcat, grande. Salcat, Sasha as well. Grande Seth Rogan. I love also that game of trying to find who the guests are looking at. I'm happy about that, And I think that Chef was able immediately to connect, which is fantastic. So I will go here on my other screen. Let me put Chef a bit smaller because that also depending on the camera of the person, I have to put it bigger or smaller. And let's try some audio. Ciao, Chef. Do you hear me?
Oh, yeah. I can hear you just fine. How are you doing?
Mamma mia. I always check with the chat before starting the discussion. Do you hear our friend Chef? Yes or no? The quality is good. I hear you perfectly well.
All right, perfect. Yeah.
Wait, and just a confirmation from the chat if they are doing well, if they hear you. Arif is saying okay, so they are hearing you well. Buongiorno or good evening, Chef. Where are you from, buddy?
So I'm originally from Albania, but I've lived in the States for over 20 years.
Where in the States?
Florida. So Tampa.
Tampa. I have good friends there, Tampa. Really great friends. Martina, that created the channel with me. No, she didn't create the channel, but in the beginning, before even I opened the channel, I was in contact with her and she helped me a lot. She was called Juve Designer in the past. She helped me a lot with the thumbnails and with the ideas about what to do on the channel. So you see, crazy, because someone from Tampa helped me to create the channel.
I think she's also a part of the Central Florida
fan
club. Yeah, so I'm also part of that too. I think I met her in the Udinese game, the first game,
with her husband Jose.
So yeah, it was a fun. Yeah, it was definitely fun. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. But yeah. I wanted to incorporate on the game and the 1 in the morning video that you had in mind. It was you were like analyzing the defensive aspects of the game and the offensive aspects of the game and like how people look at it differently. And I thought of an analogy, and it was like Juve is like an incomplete warrior, whereas like we have an incredible shield, but we need to sharpen our sword. And that's what I thought about the game against Fiorentina Juve, because we defended brilliantly. And I do think that Maximiliano Allegri is a defensive-minded genius. I do think that. He knows how to enhance defensive players. I've seen it within the 3 years, with De Ligt being literally a volleyball player. And then like in the last season that he played with Juve, he did really, really good. So like he was really good as a defender, and then he got sold. And then Danilo being transitioned from a right back to a center back, I thought that was a really brilliant idea. But attacking wise, man, I think they need to better on that, especially putting the ball in the back of the net. My goodness. So yeah.
You're correct. It's a really great analysis, and it's not even wrong, huh? Because we know it. Max, it's not even a mystery. It's not even something that is hiding. He always said, first, balance in every possible sector. Balance. If we want to play even with 3 strikers, let's go for it. But the first thing that we have to do is sacrificing ourselves for the team, helping our team, and also thinking that we have to come down. If Mandzukic wants to play in a different role, wants to play high, good, but then he has to sacrifice, which for Mandzukic was absolutely not a problem because he loved to do that one, especially when celebrated for a big run, etc., etc. But it's true that from the moment that you are going up, it leaves a lot of flair, a lot of initiatives for the player. And if you have a Paulo Dybala, if you have a Cristiano Ronaldo, if you have a Carlitos Tevez, within the midfield, a player like Pirlo, we just spoke about Vidal, Pogba, then it's easier, of course, that they take the initiative. When you don't have these players anymore, well, it starts to be a bit more difficult. Before you continue, Chef, I just want to read the message of Zaki Warfa, because he made a donation, so I really want to prioritize also to say thank you. Thank you, Zaki. And he said, Ciao Beppe, Rugani have been reliable when we needed him for a few years now. I remember him against Dusan Vlahovic and against Inter in the Coppa. Even the night in Europe, he wasn't too bad. Good to see you, mate. Forza Juve. Not even a question. It's just him giving and sharing his opinion about Rugani. And I'm happy that he's also sharing the fact that in that disaster mistake night versus Villarreal, where he's calling that penalty, honestly, until there, he was doing a really great game. That penalty is changing this destiny of Juve. It's changing everything because then we lose 3-0. But until there, he was not even doing bad. So thank you, Zaki. I'm super happy that you wrote that message. You want to take on again about Rugani, or you want to continue about what we were talking about?
Yeah, sure. I'll add a little bit. I thought on the Fiorentina game, he's been doing pretty well. And I think after the Villarreal games, after that disaster, which I think I had a broken remote control. So, yeah, go figures. And
how are you when you're watching a game? When we win and when we lose? I want to see the two chefs.
Oh, God, you don't want to know. I watch the games alone. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I watch them alone. I do not want people to see me react. I'm a lunatic. But anyways, I do think, though, with Rugani, he's been doing much better. I saw him in the preseason match against Real Madrid, and he did really, really well. Also, I thought like some of the other players was at Bremer too. Bremer and Kostic were really good in my opinion. I think they were very key and pivotal moments of the game. I think these 3 guys are the most important. And the thing is, it's like we can't just we gotta let it go now. It's in the past. And I mean, come on, if we're gonna criticize Rugani, we might as well criticize Gatti for that disaster own goal in Sassuolo. So it was it happens now. So we just got to move forward.
What do you think will be the continuity of Juventus this season? You think that they will continue to be there in the back of Inter? Do you think that they will be even over Inter? Do you think that at a certain moment, because of lack of depth, etc., will start losing position? If you have to go with the analysis of the 11 games and how you see the continuity until match day 38, which of course we have no idea about. Your story.
Okay, I have a couple takes. I've analyzed Inter as well, just because I have a couple buddies of mine that we kind of go on we roast each other, we make fun of each other all the time. What I think about it is with Inter has one flaw. I think Simeone Inzaghi as a coach is brilliant for cups. He's good for Super Cups, Coppa Italia, and he proved himself in the Champions League. And I noticed that a lot also with a coach like a Carlo Ancelotti too, where he doesn't win that many leagues, but man, is he brilliant in the cups. I think that would be Inter's problem. I think it would be Simeone Inzaghi's league to lose because they do have the depth. They have quite a bit of experienced players, as much as it kills me to say it.
No,
But
it's true. It's true.
but I wouldn't necessarily put Juventus down. I think defensively they've been much better. I think with us, our thing from now all the way to match 38 is that we are only going to go as far as our midfield takes us and the interaction between the chemistry of the forwards and the midfield. So that's going to be our key takeaway to winning this Scudetto. I do think it's going to be close. I do think we're going to put up a good fight because we also do have the advantage in the sense that we are playing two competitions. Obviously, we'd love to play the Champions League, but let's do the best absolute way to take advantage of this situation. So then when we either win the league or win the top four, we can maximize the mercado and then maybe see Cristiano Giuntoli's test. I want to see what he's capable of doing as a sporting director.
Today I saw a player from Albanian roots at Frosinone, Ciuni. Fantastic goal. I don't know if you saw him or if you know the player, because you told me that you have Albanian roots.
I am, yeah.
Fantastic player. I was just thinking, Giuntoli discovering talents.
I've seen some of it. Yeah, I've seen some of it. And, as our country this is the first time, I'm going to be honest with you, I've ever seen them play this good as a nation. To being on top of the group stage, to beating the Czech Republic and Poland. And it's noticing because I think that a lot of the players are we have spread around the world. So there's a lot of immigrants, kind of like me. There's a lot of Albanians in England and everywhere parts of the world. I got cousins everywhere part of the world. As a matter of fact, I have them in Italy, in Pescara. So I would love to go there and check it out. But I feel like we capitalized on the younger talents all over the world and brought them to Albania. So I think they've been much better than the previous years prior.
I want to read a comment that is actually correct. I will give my opinion about the comment. Of course, not my opinion, but I want to make a joke about it. But then I want your serious answer about that. So the comment from Elite is, Beppe, and it's correct. It's a correct comment. Beppe, we need to stay calm because do you remember last season we went with 8 games unbeaten with 0 goals conceded, then we faced Napoli and we got slapped. So we need to fix some things before that Inter game. Elite, and here is my first answer because it's facts. What Elite is saying, it's a fact. 8 games, 0 goals conceded, we were unbeaten, then we faced Napoli. I have a good news for you. We are now in a run of 6 unbeaten games with 0 goals conceded. So if we go with your theory, that means that game 7 we beat Cagliari without conceding. Match day 13, which will be the 8th one of that row, we beat Inter without conceding. Then the bad news is, of course, can you guess who is the 9th one with which we should normally, according to last year and according to the Elite comment, lose? You know which team it is that we face after Inter?
I think it should be Napoli then.
No, it's Monza again.
Oh, Lord.
And then we lose against Monza again.
God.
Things are actually quite nice. No, but your comment, your serious comment about it, because it's a fact what he's saying, yeah.
So I've watched Allegri coach for over a decade now, even prior to Juve Milan. And there's always this pattern I see with him. First 2 months, he's horrible. From mid-October all the way up till December, somewhere in the middle of January, he does really, really good. I don't know what. He just turns it around. Late January, screws things up. Then bounces back, and then he just starts doing much better again. And that's what I usually notice with Allegri. It could happen. I mean, I'm sure they will concede a goal if they're going to face maybe they might concede a goal with Inter. They are a good team now. But, I think we just need to keep our mentality, and I think we need to work on that midfield. To me, that's really what I'm worried about, because the improvement from this season to last season, I think it's those wing backs. We've heavily improved on the wing backs. So I think we just need to look on that midfield. Maybe we need to do a double pivot with maybe using Miretti as a quartista, or try something else.
Mm.
So
I want to do a small game with you, if you agree, of course. Huh?
sure, go ahead.
I want to take the ratings of Gazzetta dello Sport per player of the game of yesterday, and you tell me if you consider that they were right or they were wrong. I will also read you the description of why they gave you a rating. Do you want to do that game with me?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. Guys, if you have questions for Chef, now it's the moment to ask them. Of course, I will interrupt. Wait, and let me put them bigger. We start first with the goalkeeper. Wait, and let me try to put it bigger so I can read, because otherwise my eyes will not allow me to read what is written here. Okay. In Italy, they are quite harsh with the ratings, okay? But on the other side, a 6 is like they did a normal game, okay? So Szczesny, 7. They considered him the best yesterday with 7. So you will find nobody with more than 7, okay? They wrote 2 saves that were super important in the first half. First on Nico Gonzalez, then on that free kick of Biraghi. Another super evening for Super Tech. More or less than 7 for you.
I give him a 7.5, even a 7.2. Hey, he did very well. I can't debate it. He improved. Like, he woke up after that Sassuolo game, and then he's been doing fairly well. So about 7.5 is fair. Yeah.
I will tell you the 3 defenders, okay? The ratings, and then we go and you say if one deserves more than the other ones. So Gatti, they give 6.5, Bremer 7, Rugani 6.5. What are they saying about Gatti? That he's taking the brief away from Kouame without risking. He's closing the lines here really well. He received a yellow card. Actually, not really a lot. They forgot about that mistake that he's doing at a certain moment, giving the ball back. But anyway, Bremer, they actually gave the 7 to Bremer, which was, according to them, the best of the 3. And then 6.5 on Rugani, that is doing that fantastic save on Enzola. And they are not speaking about it neither in Gazette. So I don't know if they watched the game. Your ratings about the defenders?
I think for starters, Gazzetta is definitely, I take their advice with a grain of salt, with big piles of salt.
I just want to say on that one, my vision about Gazzetta and so on, but usually, and since years now, it's the paper that, according to the ratings, is always the most closest to what I think. That's the only thing that I want to keep on from time to time from Gazzetta dello Sport, which means nothing, of course. And the rating?
Of course. As far as the 3 defenders, I would think Gatti was probably the less out of the 2. I do think that it may a 6.7, but the thing is, he did make a lot of mistakes, and he is very mistake prone, and I think he has to grow a little bit. The good thing about him, he's coachable and he works hard, and I think he will improve in the future. Between Bremer and Rugani was a really tough one too. I would give Bremer a 7. I think Bremer was a 7, right? I'll give him a 7.5, and then Rugani, I'll give him like a 7.2. I like Bremer because he's a very aggressive player, physical, aggressive, and then Rugani was a very calm. His calm demeanor was fairly well, and he made very important saves, including with Bremer. So I think a little bit higher on that because they defended brilliantly.
If we go to the midfielders, I will take the 3 center midfielder to start with. Miretti 7, Locatelli 6.5, Rabiot 6.
Okay, Miretti probably did with the goal, and he did fairly well. He finally got the goal he deserved.
Were you waiting for that goal for Miretti?
Evidently, I thought one way or another. He's a fairly young player. I think he needs to grow a little bit more. I would take him to loan to Bayern Munich, maybe get some muscles. I'm just kidding, anyways. But probably, I just think he needs to grow a little bit more. He's still 19, so I think he did fairly well. With Locatelli, there's one thing I want to mention because not a lot of people recognize this, and you have to watch him live to really understand it. and it was.
Wait. Did you say that you're a big fan of Locatelli?
I like him, but no.
I like when people like Locatelli. You know that I'm a big fan of people that love
I
Locatelli.
think because a lot of people don't see like he hasn't been offensively. He doesn't create enough chances, and I do criticize him for that. But when I did recognize one thing with Loca is when I was watching the Orlando again with the Real Madrid, he's very composed when he's in tight situations, and I think he has some very defensive. He can win the ball fairly well, which is a very big surprise. And I'm not the biggest fan of Rabiot. I'm sorry, even though he did prove me wrong last season. I just wish he was more creative a little bit, just a little bit more on the creativity. He does work hard. But yeah, I just want him on that. He made a couple of mistakes, so I think it was fairly. Yeah, I think it was like a 6.8 for Locatelli, and I think a 6.0 for Rabiot. Yeah, I think it was fine.
What do you think about now? If we are not speaking about the way of playing, etc., but the behavior of Rabiot in these 3 games with the armband of captain. Did you notice something or not, or?
I haven't, not exactly. Maybe he might have been more proactive. It could be that, and maybe he took ownership of that job. Maybe he wants to be the captain. Because I remember from last season, he felt that he was the captain in one of the interviews. So it could be that he's taken this job seriously. So yeah.
I have to say that I try to watch also the quiet moments of the game, when the ball is out or whatever, and when someone did a mistake or whatever, I see a Rabiot always going to the players to talk to them, and that's something that I really, really appreciate, but really a lot. By the way, question for you before going to the other players. Rabiot is not there next game.
Right.
Danilo is not there. Probably Alexandra will not start. So, who is the captain next game? I have my idea, but I want from you and also the chat. And guys, who is the captain next game?
So, no Rabiot, no Danilo, and no Sandro, obviously, because he's injured.
It can be Szczesny, it can be Rugani, it can be another one.
No Bremer. I think he's too silent. Gatti's still too young. I think Dusan and all the forwards are too young. And it's probably going to have to be between Szczesny or Locatelli. It's one or the other. I'll pick it to Szczesny.
You go with Szczesny?
I might go Szczesny, yeah.
I will go with a poll. I want to ask a poll for the chat, so I will reveal my opinion after it, because I have maybe. So, captain next game is, I see most of the people are saying Szczesny, Rugani. I see Locatelli a lot of times as well. Locatelli. I need a 4th one. Szczesny, Rugani, Loca. Actually, it's between the 3. There is just one person that said. Sasha said McKennie, and someone said I think Bremer, but no, I want to put these. I think we go with these 3. Start the poll. I will monitor later. We'll come back on that one later. The 2 wingers, McKennie, we just mentioned him, 6.5 according to Gazzetta, 6 for Kostic.
Yeah, why? Why 6 for Kostic? I don't understand. Look, I know
he's going pissed off.
I get it. Look, because I'll criticize Kostic too, because he's a very one-dimensional player. And yes, I will say that Cambiaso should start over him. Yes, but lately he's been pretty well on the defensive end. For this game, he did fine.
Yeah.
If we're gonna play more of an attacking game and we need to be more 2-dimensional, yeah, we'll take Cambiaso. But for this game, I think Kostic should have got a 7.5, maybe 7.5, because he got the assist. He's been running back and forth, defended brilliantly. He did fairly well. I told you he was one of my 3 players, the key players for this game. So I think that was a very low rating for me. And McKennie was
6.5 they gave him.
Yeah, I think that was a fair one.
I agree.
He wasn't as involved. And he's, surprisingly, I like him better as a right wing back than Mezzala.
He's
like
good.
him.
He's doing well. Oh, yesterday as well, at a certain moment, he's doing that assist for the header of Cambiaso.
The thing is, I was like thinking because McKennie, I don't know, like when you're playing in the midfield, the way I think of a midfielder, you have to be calm, cool, composed, collective, and you have to be able to, when you receive balls, I've played this sport for over 20 years as well. So when you're collecting the ball, you got to be able to analyze the next play before the ball comes to you. And I feel like McKennie's like a headless chicken sometimes. He's just running all over the place and doesn't know what to do. Whereas like I feel like he can use that explosive energy on the wings back and forth. And that's the way I feel about McKennie. Like I think he's a good player, but like yeah, there are just I just don't think he's a Mezzala.
I go with I will tell you what they said in Gazzetta dello Sport about Kostic. They said he deserves la sufficienza. It's the 6 on 10, which is the good. Okay, he deserved the 6 for the assist to Miretti, but after that assist is actually more going in the back than going up, and he was not pushing enough. Until Cambiaso is entering to control Nico Gonzalez. It's really funny because they are actually pissed off because he didn't go up too much, while yesterday Max Allegri, after the game, in press conference, he said that Kostic did fantastically well, except that sometimes he was going too much up. So it's really funny because Max is saying he's going too much up, and Gazzetta is giving him a bad rating because he didn't go up. Strange.
I guess it all comes down to like what kind of grading rubric you have. Like you can't. It's subjective. Because when I saw the first 20 minutes of that game, I'm thinking like, oh, I already know what he's doing. It's the same. It was the same approach when in the Champions League. If I remember the first year of Allegri, when it was Chelsea versus Juve. And then they were just defending until Chiesa scored the 1-0 match, and that's what they were doing. So that was just I already knew right off the bat that was his plan. So to me, I just don't understand that. Like you have to be more in depth with that. Now if Guardiola did that, that's a big problem. So you got it's all subjective. Obviously, would I have wanted you to have 45% possession and then the passes to be more solid, much far better, and then like take care of, the through balls and creating better chances? Yes. Would I have liked the place again to capitalize on that game? Yes. Would I have wanted Duchamp to make that freaking tap in? Yes.
I'm missing at least 3 votes, ragazzi. We need to reach at least 50 votes. Because at the moment, Szczesny for captain next game has 45, Rugani 30%, Locatelli 26. I need at least, okay, now we are at 49. We have them. So I will close the poll now. So people, they went with Szczesny 43% will be the captain next game, Rugani 30%, Locatelli 25. I have no idea, ragazzi. I'm not here to tell you who. I'm just telling you that you have to try to check if you are able to find out who was the vice captain against Fiorentina. Do you know by heart who was the vice captain? Because that's something that they never communicate. They say who is the captain, but not really. Do you know it or not?
I don't know the vice captain, but the number 3 was the captain. I forgot his name.
No, our team. So
the vice
Rabiot was captain, 25, and then you have a vice captain with Fiorentina. But Stylers is saying Rugani was a vice captain. No, it was not Rugani.
I'm gonna say Szczesny.
It was not Szczesny. Let's see if someone in the chat can guess who was vice captain. Can you guess, guys? It was not Szczesny, I can tell you. It was not Rugani. Please, ragazzi, be a bit awake in the chat. No, it was not Chiesa. It was not Bremer. Finally, we have someone that found it. 2 people, actually. There is... the first one was Fyodor and then Jacek, that were more or less correct at the same time. And Antonio Inguaggiato. Locatelli was a vice captain.
Okay. I
Locatelli.
kind of thought it goes back to what I was guessing who was going to be the next captain. It was between either Szczesny or Locatelli. The only reason why I picked Szczesny was because I think based on the seniority rule that he has stayed longer with Juve than Locatelli. But I do see a lot of captain qualities and tangibles, the leadership or the charisma. He could definitely be a captain for sure.
I'm not saying here Locatelli will be captain. I'm not confirming. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that yesterday, if I was thinking, you know what, Szczesny could be captain, then some people told me, but Rugani is also playing. I said, but Rugani can be the captain. Today I said, you know what, before saying stupid things, I will go and check who was the vice captain. And Locatelli was vice captain, so it gives me, maybe here we found something, that we anticipate everyone. I want to say thank you to, let me say thank you first to Takishi, because Takishi offered a membership to someone in the chat. Helicopter was chosen by random YouTube. So grande Takishi, really appreciate it. I love also Takishi. Today we have two persons that offered membership. It was Takishi and then it was Kanan. And both of them, they didn't even say hello. They came, they offered a membership. Thank you. Because also there, you know it on the channel since last week, once a week, we try to have random people, members of the channel that are popping up. So it's just nice. Thank you, Takishi. And also thank you to a chef that is here with us. Chef,
of course.
Do we go to the strikers so that we made all of them?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm always ready.
Gazzetta dello Sport, they gave a 6 to Moiskin. They gave, wait, and let me put it bigger because it went again smaller. So they gave a 6 to Moiskin, 6 to Milik, 6 to Vlahovic, and they gave a 5.5 to Chiesa. So all the three of them, 6 except of Chiesa, that they consider the worst one with 5.5.
I don't understand that one, actually. Well, we'll start with Chiesa. He wasn't as involved in the game, but there's one thing that Chiesa has. Chiesa and Keane have one thing in common. They're able to hustle and have the grinta spirit, the mentality to be able to run and to try off-ball movements. So, they're pressing, they're trying to win the ball, they're fighting. So for that, I think that's one plus. Would I want them to score? Yes. But I'm surprised how Dufan only got a 6.0. I think he should have had a 5.8 or 5.5. Again, it kills me to slander him because I know he has a lot of potential. I think he has a rocket of a left foot. He has a big ceiling that I think he needs to mature a little bit more. He's still a young guy, so I have to put that into consideration. And other than that, with Moise Keane, I think Moise Keane, for example, I think has a less feeling to Duchamp, but he works really hard. And I was heartbroken with the Verona game. And I think he should have got a 6.3, and Chiesa should have a 6.5. Duchamp should have a 5.5 to a 5.8. As for Milik, I think Milik should have had a 6.5 as well because
he entered quite well.
I have noticed that in the beginning he wasn't doing well, but he tends to involve. He does link up plays and build up plays, especially in the last goal that he scored against Verona. That drove me insane. That game was just, oh my God. I was cussing at the referee, unfortunately. But
do you agree with Barbara that is saying that at the moment Moise is our most dangerous striker and Milik is a workhorse?
No, it's true. Yeah, I think with Moise, he's doing the movements that Allegri wants him to do. Because I also go to the Turin Giants and talk with the other lads there. Shout outs to them. They're doing a great job. And then even the rest of the content creators, they're doing a phenomenal job. But I was saying was that because one of the guys mentioned that Keane does all the movements right. I think it was Dash. He was saying it perfectly right, and I didn't notice it until I started watching it. And the only thing that I think is going to separate him from a good player to a great player is finishing the ball. He just needs to put it in the back of the net. He just has to calm down. He has to learn how to play calm, mature a little bit more, and I think he's going to do well because I've noticed the flashes from him even in the 2018 and Allegri's last season when they had Cristiano on the team in the first year, where he had a really good run at one point. So he's got it. Yeah, he definitely got the potential. So
Last question. Let's say everyone is healthy. Yeah, of course, except of Pogba and Fagioli because it's over the season.
Right.
But ideal lineup. Let's also don't go with crazy fantasies. It is a 3-5-2, and at least until the winter, it will be 3-5-2. So until the winter, everyone is back. Who do you play?
I was gonna, man. I wanted to keep a 3-5-2. I just wanted to restructure the mid, if that's cool. If you can allow me this one caveat.
Of course, go.
Okay. So I think of the back three, I would probably keep Danilo, Bremer, Gatti. I think they've been doing a good job. Now in the midfield,
No goalkeeper, or you do?
Oh, the goalkeeper Chesney. Yeah, we're gonna keep it as tech.
Now we always forget the goalkeepers.
Yeah, I don't. It's been tech, but I think Perin's been doing pretty well too. So so with that coming forward, I would probably try a double pivot with Locatelli and Rabiot, and then maybe use Miretti as a trequartista. And I'm more of an attack-minded guy, but I would use Cambiaso on the left and then Weah on the right. I know risky. I know. And,
No, but it's getting better now, huh? But okay.
With Cambiaso on the left and then Weah on the right, I would use Miretti as a trequartista and Chiesa as the second striker, maybe, or just one of the strikers with. This one's a hard choice, but I want to give Moise Kean the starting role because I think he's just been putting more of the effort, and then maybe switch it up with Dusan, just see which one is going to compete and wants it more. So that's really my thing.
You know what is annoying me? But of course, it's just that we saw twice Moise playing with Chiesa. Of course, yesterday was a game that we can't point finger on our strikers. Our plan was to play back, and that was it.
Yeah.
And we also did against Atalanta, so it's really difficult to judge the partnership Chiesa-Kean. But at the moment, in the two games that they played, I think I didn't even see, not even a pass between each other, but not even looking at each other. So I'm not sure if that duo is working really well together. But of course, I would love to see them against Cagliari, before judging.
I would want to say, though, I wanted to add one thing, and I think every time I felt like when they played together, I feel like Kostic was also put into the mix, and I don't think Kostic and Chiesa played.
I agree.
And that's why I wanted to add Cambiaso to maybe just experiment a little bit. Now I'm a little bit crazy. But again, at the end of the day, I just wanted to see that. Now, if that doesn't work, then you go back to the original plan and add Dusan. But for me, I do think I want players that want it. I want players that want to wear the black and white. And I think that is why we have been so successful as a club, because, they want to play behind the back, the badge behind the shirt. They're playing with it, and they have the green glass. So, yeah.
Chef, you were fantastic as Salvatore. I'm super happy about having the guest live. I already said it on the Mondays.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Chef, is there something that I need to do better on the channel, or a message that you want to put, something you wanted to ask me, to say me, that you never did? Message for the fans before saying hello?
No. I always got love for the fans. You're always spreading positivity. I could always tell when you're mad or when you're happy just by the first expression of the video. I think you're doing a phenomenal job, dude. Honestly, just keep it up. I don't know if there's nothing else I can say. I'm no content creator, I'm no expert, so I can't give you that, but I think you're doing a great job. So, yeah.
Chef, you want to guess who's my live on Twitch player tomorrow that I will interview?
Okay, well, we had Locatelli on before Rabiot, so I know that.
This season, not Locatelli yet. Huh? We had Rabiot in the beginning of the season, not yet Locatelli, but Locatelli was last season.
Man, I'll guess. Okay, I think. So, I'm going to say Bremer. I don't know.
Bremer?
Yeah, I'm going to guess.
We take the choice, and tomorrow evening, if you were right, I will mention you. If not, we will just forget about it. Chef, you were fantastic. Grazie, my friend. Ciao, ciao.
Appreciate it. Thank you. You take care, sir. Bye-bye.
Oh, was nice. Was really, 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 really nice. Let me check 1 second because there is maybe, uh, someone. Do you allow me like 2 minutes because there is maybe a nice surprise, someone that could possibly join the live. So give me like 2 minutes. Don't leave, and then I will tell you if the guest is able to join me. So give me just like 2 minutes, and I come back. Yeah, 2 minutes. I fixed the guest. Let me send him the link immediately because I have the guest. It's a nice surprise. I'm sure you will be happy with the guest it's a surprise. You can try to guess, huh? You can try to guess who it is. Today we go with a lot of guesses. I will not tell you until he pops in. The link has been sent. I already told him that he had to go with Chrome so that we avoid problems. No, it's not Romeo Agresti. No, we will not do a poll. Juve Pulse is a big fan of the polls. I love the polls. But no, we will not do a poll. It's not Romeo Agresti. No. It's not Romeo Agresti. It is not. Is it Vieri? Bobo Vieri? No, it's not Bobo Vieri. It's better than Bobo Vieri. Much better. It's not Paul Pogba. I mean, it's not Marco from IFTV, but that's a good idea. I can ask him once to join if you want. It's a big friend of me. It's not Rocco Commisso. It's not Rocco Commisso. That would have been fantastic. Okay. It's not Del Piero, ragazzi. Then if we have Del Piero here, you know what? I give him the channel. He can do whatever he wants. It is not Mattia Soulé. I think he was playing at home, so could have been Mattia Soulé. It's not Andrea Agnelli, attenzione, because he's there, so I will allow him to enter. Say hello to my great friend, El Táctico, Mo El Shahali. Do you hear us? Do you see us, Mo?
I hear you and I see you, Giuseppe. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Mamma mia, it's so long time ago.
I know, it's been crazy.
Oh, of course, for the people that are maybe new on the channel, who is Mo? Mo, he was there in the early beginning of the live. We were doing weekly the El Táctico analysis of the games. Mo is my dear friend. He has been there since the beginning. Then, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately for him, because of work, he can't be there every week because Mo is a perfectionist and he's always telling me, Beppe, if it's not perfect, I don't jump on the channel. But he's taking care of the Telegram group, so 90% of the Telegram group is done by Mo. I'm so happy to see you. Oh, of course, I have daily contact with Mo, but here on the channel, I'm so happy to see you. Welcome back, Mo.
Thank you. It's been a while. I owe you this for sure. I'm so happy to be back and happy to see everyone. Although I can't see the chat, so I'm gonna rely on you.
Yeah. Well, at the moment it's party in the chat, because you know that you have your emote in the chat, and people are all using the emotes at the moment. Bogdan is saying, "Mamma mia, welcome Mo, El Táctico, master of PowerPoint." Mamma mia, Siraj is even going with Mo. Stavros, ciao Mo, really missed El Táctico videos. I'm not gonna lie. That is comment. Thomas McLuff, watching games are different when there is a preview with Mo. They miss it, Mo. Will you find time one day to do it again?
I will. I'm just need to settle down. Just moved to a new place, so it's been crazy.
Aman, our friend, is saying that you are looking younger.
Okay, maybe because I shaved.
It could be, I don't know, maybe because you shaved. So many lawyers that are so happy to see you. I don't want to keep a long time from you because I know that you are coming from work and so on. Just 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Because I remember when we were doing the El Tácticos video, we never analyzed Allegri. Yeah? We did, I think, a bit of Sarri and Pirlo, but never Allegri.
Yeah, I don't think we did Allegri. Maybe one. I don't remember, honestly.
No.
No, none. Ooh. I think that's why it's been going bad, huh?
Allegri, let's not go to the last two seasons, but season 23-24. How is he doing? How is Juve doing? Also, tactically, your point of view about the Juve season at the moment.
Oh, that's a tough question, and it's going to create a lot of tension there. But so Allegri, don't ever expect to have like beautiful football with him. This is not his style. He wants efficiency. He's happy with 1-0. If it works, it's amazing. It doesn't work, then he's going to get blamed for it. It worked against Fiorentina. It's been working now. His key message is stay solid in the defense. If you can secure the defense, we can score one goal, we're good, right? So that's his style. Do I like it? No. Is it entertaining? No. Is it efficient? We are -2, right, from Inter. Last season we were third, which is something with all the problems and all the things we face. So don't forget that, the players are people too, and they have emotions, and they felt all the pressure with all the things around them. So, this season is fresh. I see them more consolidated. They're fighting together. We are still lacking the good passing, right? This is very key. It's really annoying. Even with the goal, at some point, against Fiorentina, I thought that Rabiot missed the pass. When he passed,
it's true.
I said, "Oh man, no! Why did he do that?" And then I saw it going. I'm like, "Oh, this is great."
To be honest, it's a mistake of Parisi, because Parisi he has that second of hesitation. Yes. Maybe because he's a Juventino also. Maybe he said, you know what, they were looking for me, I will give them a gift. But it's a mistake from Parisi more than a good pass from Rabiot. I agree.
right? So,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
see, guys,
we are
oh, ragazzi, Mo is back on the channel and he's going immediately with a point that nobody was speaking about. Grande Mo. That's why we miss you.
I know. I'll be back and I'll do those PowerPoints. But no, I mean, it's stressful, to watch Juventus, but it's always been that, right? We are used to this. We tried with Sarri, it was a big failure. Pirlo had no experience. Allegri, it's a struggle. It's not the same Allegri as before. I see him a lot more nervous, but even if we're winning, he's very nervous and he's yelling and undressing himself. So it's good that he starts doing that at the end of the game.
Yeah, no, because if he starts in the beginning, then maybe we will have no closes anymore at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, but yeah, there is still a lot of work to be done.
Oh, you see that Aman is saying 100 people in the chat, but it feels like we are with 1,000 because everyone is just writing. The activity and the interaction in the channel is just fantastic. I will go with the question of Thomas. Thomas is saying, Mo, question for you. Pick one position player to add to the team for the winter mercato.
Ooh, that's a tough question. Obviously, we're missing the attacking link. We were hoping to get that with Pogba. It never happened. Rabiot is trying to do that. Miretti started doing this as well, so he did some good passes. But yeah, we're still missing some creativity in the midfield. So a good midfielder, this is what we need definitely. And we're obviously missing Fagioli also, who had a bit of flair. He was making mistakes, but now we know why, like his head was not there. So we need to get someone in midfield who can hold between the lines and pass the decisive pass. That's, we don't want to see Ken, Chiesa, Vlahovic, Milik by themselves up front.
There is Lars Vercelli that is saying Grande Mo on Twitter. I have notification on for tweets from two people, Nikos Kira and Mo. That's a beautiful one, huh?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
What else from the chat? I'm just checking. Grande Mo. Only beautiful things. Grande Mo, fantastic Mo. Mo, is there something because I don't want to keep you too long because it was absolutely not predicted. But is there something you wanna say? I don't know, maybe about the youngsters, maybe about I don't know, whatever, a message for the chat or the first thing that comes into your mind.
Yeah, so one thing I'm curious about is to see who's going to be our next head of scout. This is
good point.
Something really important, right? What I've been reading was there wasn't a lot of, understanding between Giuntoli and Tugnosi. I'm destroying his family name, but yeah, our previous head of scout. And
Tognozzi.
Although he brought us like a lot of great young talents, right? He looked for another opportunity. So I'm very curious to see if he's going to bring someone from Napoli and how would this impact our whole mercato too.
Look, I believe that, I'm not sure, of course, but the one of Napoli that he worked with is in the target. If I'm not wrong, he will end his contract at the end of 2024 and then join Juve. He will not be replaced, or Tognozzi will not be replaced until the end of the year. So for the scout, but I agree that that's a really fundamental good question for the future because we are losing a really good man, a really capable man. There is Ellie that is saying, please Mo, don't wait or don't make us wait more than 1 year to see you again on the channel. Can you promise that to Ellie?
I promise. Yeah.
Mo, thank you. Enjoy your family time after work. You were
Thank
just
you very
fantastic.
much.
Ciao, Mo.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I'll see you on Telegram.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Mamma mia, fantastic. What a surprise. Oh, you saw the surprise. To be honest, let's give credit to who deserves the credit because, it's I always talk with our friend here that you can see here in the chat, Aman, every day. By the way, we are working on a surprise. Soon I will reveal you, even if Juve Pulsi doesn't like the surprises. But there will be soon a surprise when we are ready. But he told me, because he knew that I would invite again members of the channel, he said, you know what, try to contact Mo, because it would be nice. I don't like to disturb people, to ask them to come in the channel, especially because I know Mo and I have everyday contact with Mo. I know how busy he is. He's traveling a lot around the world, not just in America, but the work is asking him to go to Norway, to Sweden, to London, everywhere in the world. So I don't want to bother too much. We talk about everything, about life and so on, but I never ask him. I said, you know what, let's try. Who knows? Maybe he has time and maybe he will say yes. And he said yes. I was not expecting, but he said yes, so I'm super happy about that. Fyodor is saying this is really a big family. Well, look, today we had 3 people that are living in USA. We had Salvatore, Salcat from, if I'm not wrong, South California, I think. Then we had our Albanian friend Kshev that is living in Tampa, Florida. And then we had Mo that is not anymore in Canada, but is in Texas now because he moved. So you see, today we had that part of the world. Maybe in the future we have other people from other countries. It's super nice. I think we have to pick, like one day, maybe the Mondays. I like the Mondays to have the members of the chat, like 2 or 3 people. Carlo Taormina, I see in the chat. Carlo Taormina is one of the first ones. I believe it was 2 years ago that came here live with us. With the memberships, I believe, with the memberships when we started. Yeah, it was 2 years ago that we started with the membership. So Carlo Taormina was one of the first one, which was also a really pleasant surprise. I'm always happy to discover people. Did we speak enough about, maybe we need to find a thumbnail for the Monday nights with the fans, because so that people know, it's my moment to dress up, so that we have the chance to go on the channel. Juve Chris is saying, I want to be on the next time. Juve Chris, well, we'll try next Monday. When are we playing? We are playing on a Sunday, I believe, Saturday or Sunday. It will be the 11th Saturday. Maybe we can organize it for Monday the 13th. Yeah, maybe we can do that with Juve Chris that wants to join. LJJ, I feel bad for Mo now because from Texas he might need to wake up a little early to watch Juve. Is it a difference in time zone? I don't believe so. Where he was living in Canada and in Texas, I believe it's the same difference in hour zone. No? I think it's the same. Am I wrong? I think it's 6 hours difference with Italy. I think, huh? Let me check. Texas. I think it's 6 hours. And there is no Texas. He doesn't find Texas in the world. Texas is +7. There is a difference in hour. Okay. I didn't know that. Anyway, Moi never sleeps neither. Oh, is there a topic that you want to check with me, ragazzi, before we close the live? Something that I forgot, something that we didn't mention. We spoke about the defense. They did a great job. We listened to the opinions of the fans. Is there something, a question maybe, or a topic that I totally forgot? We didn't even speak enough about Miretti, but I'm super happy about Miretti. Beppe, what do you think about a potential 4-4-2 formation? 4-4-2, why not? But with who? But a lot of people are saying McKennie Future as a right back. That's a bit trendy, ultimately. Right back. I said that, you can't continue to change, but if you want to go with a right back, you have Bremer, let's say Gatti or whatever, or Danilo, Locatelli, and probably Rabiot. Then in that case, let's say Rabiot, Locatelli, and then who's on the right? Where is Wea? Where? I don't see where, guys. Ah, here. Where? Chiesa is here. And who do you put as a left back? Cambiaso. And then you probably have Danilo. Where is Danilo? Danilo that you probably invert here with Bremer that plays slightly on the right. It's a big risk, huh? No, Gatti right back. No, ragazzi, no. No. Gatti right back, no. Or you play him in a center defense. No, right back makes totally no sense for Gatti. Until today. Then maybe, who knows, but I'm not sure. Danilo center defensive midfielder. 3-5. Yeah, I don't know, guy. I don't want to do too many changes before we have Chiesa. No, ragazzi, no. Stefano, no. Stefano wants to go with Chiesa here. He wants to go with Moise Kean. Where is he? Here. And he wanted to go with Gatti right back. Where is Gatti? No, I really don't like that lineup. You want my opinion? I respect, of course, but I don't like it. I really don't like it. No. McKennie on the right. Okay, now we did your formation. No, I don't like it. Then we go. Then I want to laugh a bit. Of course, it's jokes, but I like the comment of Lar Vercelli saying Rugani number 9. And no, because here we are exaggerating, ragazzi. 3-4-3 would be perfect according to Lil G. This is you change Cambiaso. He already did it in the past, huh? But did you see how we entered against Fiorentina as a mezzala on the left? Oh, I have a. Did you notice or not that Gatti is now at risk of suspension? So let's try to be a bit realistic. Wait, let's go back to the 3-5-2. Let's go back to the 3-5-2. Without Rabiot, without Danilo. Brem is here against Cagliari. Yeah? So, and let's try to understand. It's early in the week, of course. It's early in the week, but McKennie will stay there. Locatelli will stay here. Then we have Rugani that will play. Okay. And then we have, I really think that next game we will have the two strikers in their initial position again. Dusan and Chiesa. I think it's not that I think that we have not that many choices. Miretti will play. We missed 2 players on the left. Where is Kostic? What happened with Chiesa? Where is Kostic? It's a game where it's tough, huh? It's tough, but And you know what? I think that we could potentially see this. We could potentially see this. Oh, that's a good one. That's a Who wrote that one? Saraz. Yeah, I think that's the best thing I saw yet. To start the game, huh? To start the game. If you start Huijsen, then you go with Kostic. Yeah. I think that's the best thing I saw. Thank you, Sir Raz. That could be an initial lineup. Could be it. Why? Because that could be a good one. Miretti already played on the left. It's better on the right side, but this one makes really sense, huh? This one makes really sense. You put Gatti on the bench. You don't risk a yellow card. You try with Huijsen. I believe that Alexandro will be back, but he will not start. But Alexandro could potentially enter. You have Kostic, Miretti, Chiesa. You have Cambiaso, McKennie, Vlahovic, Locatelli. That could be the lineup. Indeed, LGJ. That could be the lineup. Yeah, also it could be, Stefano, that Cambiaso could play as a mezzala, as he did against Fiorentina, and he did actually quite well, to be honest. He surprised me. But it's true that if you put him here, with McKennie on the right, it could be that you can change in the game as well. Huh? It's not that difficult. Huh? But here you have, Cambiaso, Chiesa worked as well. I think you can do both. Or you can go with Miretti, that will be a bit more up. McKennie, that will defend a bit more. Cambiaso here. That can be one. Or you can have inverted them. Miretti again here, McKennie on the right, and Cambiaso here. You can do both. It's just that Huijsen, Cambiaso. Kostic will probably play lower. I think this one can be the one. Miretti a bit higher. Kostic a bit lower. McKennie here in the middle. Locatelli here. Because we have to cover Huijsen. And because of Kostic covering Huijsen, you will have a Chiesa that is a bit more on the left, with Miretti a bit more up central, with Vlahovic here. That could be, a bit the tactical plan. Cambiaso a bit higher. Rugani is tranquilo here on the right side. Kostic is protecting a bit our young Huijsen. Locatelli is giving a support. Miretti is playing a bit more offensively. But the good thing is, as Kostic will not be as high, you have a Chiesa that can play a bit more on the left. That could be a good one. If you put Cambiaso as a mezzala, then you have, in the back, you have Rugani, and then you have Gatti, anyway, that will play. Good one. First pages and then we close. First pages. Il popolo, avanti Juve. The people are saying, let's go Juve. I tifosi tornano a sognare. The tifosi are back dreaming. Already sold out for the Derby d'Italia against Inter, but also the game against Cagliari. And there is already a big waiting list for the game of Napoli. The tickets will be open. The waiting list will be open from the 13th of November. The club is thinking about a new campaign for the return games. All the back stages of a team that is motivated by a strong desire of revenge. Miretti, the hero of Firenze, is actually making the baby Bianconeri, so the youth academy, dreaming. It's a good one. Ibra e Mbappé, Febre Milan. Ah, yeah, of course. Tomorrow there is Champions League. You know it. It's not something that I'm paying too much attention for, but of course I will watch the game tomorrow. Do we have already the pages of Corriere dello Sport? I think yes. We have to go to Di Marzio. And his site full of ads. You know, it's always the same. Mamma mia. Here. No, that's Il Mattino. No. He didn't put the Corriere dello Sport yet. Maybe here. Corriere dello Sport. Up. Let's go. And let's try to find it. No, I want prima pagine. Corriere. Prima pagine. Okay, we have it. I think this one is the one of tomorrow. Yeah, Corriere dello Sport. Ancora voi. Still you. So again, you. Speaking about Inter and Juve. The first runaway of the season is bringing back the two protagonists that are the historical protagonists and rivals for the run and the fight for the Scudetto. Inter-Juve, Derby d'Italia, è scritto sul muro. It's already written on the wall. Only 6 goals conceded for both the teams. That special, that diverse. Inzaghi is taking advantage of the quality. Allegri is taking advantage of the character. Both of the teams already created the first gap. No, of course I will pay attention, Bogdan. No, Mezzala yield is an idea that Max already told you in press conference like 2 weeks ago. He prefers or a Ealing or a Cambiaso. He sees Yildiz more as a trequartista second striker or in a 4-3-3 as an offensive player, but not as a Mezzala. He tested it. At the moment, he's convinced more about the offensive power of the kid. Okay. Oh, guys, that was a nice one. Juventus is also speaking about the other teams here. With Sarri, I will stay forever at Lazio until they put him out. Thomas is saying, how would Nicolussi feel seeing Cambiaso in the midfield? If you're speaking about feelings, of course it's an annoying one, but Mr. said that Nicolussi is here. So then you have to go with this. If you want Nicolussi to play. How would it feel? Of course, it's not nice to see other players starting before you, but he sees him more as a Mezzala, as a regista. Oh, it was a great live, huh? I liked it. I really liked it. Sasha is saying thank you for the live. No, thank you for tuning in. Thank you all the people. Thank you to Thomas, RB Coms, D-Man-C. So, grazie. Thank you guys. You were really, really, really fantastic. Grazie, and we see each other tomorrow morning. Ciao, forza.